Ever wondered how to survive a week with just $100? Well, today we're putting that question to the test with our $100 survival kit Walmart challenge. The premise is simple, yet challenging. We have a budget of $100 to shop for survival gear at Walmart, and with that gear we must endure a full week in the wilderness. It's a test of resourcefulness, resilience, and of course survival skills. Is it possible to assemble a survival kit on a shoestring budget that can keep you alive and well for 7 days straight in the wild? We're about to find out. We've just returned from our shopping expedition at Walmart, where we handpicked each item for our survival kit. Now comes the fun part. Let's break down and show you what we picked up. The very first piece of kit is the 12-piece survival kit by Ozark Trail. This impressive survival kit is more than just a collection of tools, it's a lifeline in the great outdoors. What's even more appealing is that it was a holiday Christmas blister pack special, on sale for a mere $27. A bargain indeed for the survival enthusiast on a budget. Now let's dive into the contents. First up, we have a razorback machete. This tool is lightweight, thin, and somewhat special. It's not my usual go-to gear, but I thought it would be fun to test my survival skills with budget-friendly equipment. The edge on this machete is, well, let's just say a little ish. But fear not, we'll be able to sharpen it up thanks to a handy sharpening stone included in the kit. Another noteworthy aspect is that each of these tools comes with its own sheath, which is a nice touch for safety and convenience. As we move along, we also have a 50-foot hank of 550 paracord. This is a valuable item to have in the wilderness, especially considering the budget-friendly price of the entire kit. Next, we have 2 aluminum carabiners, claimed to hold 60 pounds. I'll reserve judgment on that for now, but I'm sure they'll come in handy. We also have a small sharpening stone. It might be on the smaller side, but it'll do the job for our razorback machete and other smaller tools. There's also a fire steel rod, a compact ferro rod that I believe has a magnesium base. Unfortunately, there isn't an official striker, but we'll make do with what we have. We also have a sheath for the hatchet, another tool that's light in weight, but hopefully heavy in utility. Safety goggles are recommended, but those didn't fit into our $100 budget, so we'll have to tread carefully. Lastly, we have a flashlight that actually works, complete with 3 AAA batteries. All in all, for $27, there's some decent value in this kit. Thank God we have a sharpening stone, so hopefully I can perk up some of the edges while I'm out here. The next item up is a 50-foot hank of 550 paracord. This paracord, often hailed as a survivalist's best friend, is incredibly versatile and compact. Made from lightweight nylon, it has a minimum breaking strength of 550 pounds, hence the name 550 paracord. This cord is composed of 7 inner strands, each made of 2 twisted yarns. These strands can be unraveled and used separately, extending the cord's functionality. It's like having multiple lengths of cordage all wrapped up into one tidy hank. From setting up a shelter, to creating a fishing line, to fashioning a tourniquet, the uses of this paracord are only limited by your imagination and survival know-how. Plus, it's a great tool for practicing knot tying skills, and essential in any survival situation. This 50-foot length is a generous amount, providing ample cordage for a variety of tasks. Considering its low cost and high utility, it's a must-have item in any survival kit. It is going to give me a lot of gutted material and inner strands to use if I need extra cordage. We have 2 aluminum carabiners and a sharpening stone. These carabiners are lightweight yet sturdy, claiming to hold up to 60 pounds. While I wouldn't hang my hammock with them, they'll come in handy for attaching equipment to my pack or setting up a simple pulley system. The possibilities are endless. Now let's talk about the sharpening stone. It may seem insignificant, but in the wilderness, it's a game changer. It's small, portable, and can breathe new life into dull blades. Think about it. A dull knife is about as useful as a chocolate teapot. With this stone, we can maintain the edges of our tools, ensuring they're always ready for action. The key is consistency. Regular sharpening prevents the blades from becoming too dull and difficult to restore. So, whether we're whittling a spear, preparing a catch, or simply slicing an apple, we need our blades sharp. Hopefully, it will work for the 3 small tools we have and the minor edges we've got going on. Then we have a fire steel rod and a hatchet. Let's start with the fire steel rod, also known as a ferro rod. This small but mighty tool is vital for survival in the wilderness. Why? Well, it's a reliable fire starter. When struck against a rough surface, or in our case, hopefully the edge of one of our tools, It produces hot sparks capable of igniting dry tinder. This is crucial for survival as fire provides warmth, a way to cook food, and a method to signal for help. Underneath this ferro rod, it appears we have magnesium, another handy feature. Magnesium shavings can be ignited even in damp conditions, creating intense flames to help start your fire. However, we don't have an official striker, so we'll be putting our survival improvisation skills to the test using what we have on hand. Now, onto the hatchet. First impressions? It's surprisingly comfortable to hold. The grip feels good. However, I won't lie, the weight or lack thereof is a bit concerning. It's so lightweight that it even recommends wearing safety goggles while using it. Unfortunately, safety goggles didn't make it into our $100 budget. Looks like we'll be living a little dangerously on this adventure. This hatchet's weight might be an issue when we're out there, trying to chop wood for a shelter or firewood. In survival situations, a good heavy hatchet can be your best friend. It can help you make short work of chopping tasks, saving you precious energy. But given our budget constraints, we'll have to make do with what we have. We'll find a function for it, even if it's not as a primary chopping tool. We'll be creative, we'll adapt. That's what survival is all about, isn't it? Given the fact that this actually weighs more, I will probably get more chopping power and performance out of this bigger machete. Then we have a flashlight. Now, this isn't just any flashlight. It might seem simple, but in a survival situation, this little source of light can be a lifeline. It's compact, lightweight, and comes complete with AAA batteries, an essential tool when night falls in the wilderness. Whether you're building a shelter after sunset, navigating through dense foliage, or signaling for help, a reliable flashlight is indispensable. Now let's take a moment to recap everything we've got in our survival kit. First, we have the 12-piece survival kit by Ozark Trail, a budget-friendly find that offers a variety of tools. We've got a razorback machete, a sharpening stone, and 2 aluminum carabiners, among other things. Then, there's the 50-foot hank of 550 paracord, a multifunctional item that can be used for securing shelters, fishing, or even first aid in a pinch. We've also got a fire steel rod, a small yet powerful tool that can help us start a fire in almost any condition. And of course, our lightweight hatchet, a versatile tool for chopping, splitting, and carving. Each of these items has its own potential in a survival situation. They might not be the highest quality or the most cutting-edge gadgets, but they're affordable and accessible. And that's what this challenge is all about, seeing how we can make do with what we've got, pushing our survival skills to the limit with a budget-friendly kit. So that's it for our $100 survival kit. It's humble, but it's got potential. And in the hands of a survivor, potential is the first step towards success. Stay tuned for our 7-day trek and see how these items hold up in the wilderness. Remember, it's not just about the tools, but how you use them that really counts. Let's see what we can do with $100 and a week in the wild.